What's up, everyone? Here's the next set of notes, trigonometry part 2. And before we get into the actual work, I need to go over some math skills that maybe you need to refresh on. Cross multiplication. Cross multiplication. Alright, cross multiplication. So example 1. Three is equal to x over 12. Remember the 3 here. I want to make it a fraction, so we have the same. So it's 3 over the 1, and then we can cross multiply and divide. So do 1 times x, 1 times x is equal to 12 times 3. 1 times x is x. 12 times 3 is 36. So x is 36. Let's do another question here. Number 2. We'll do the 3 is equal to, except this time I'm going to put the x on top. I mean the 12 on top. 12 divided by x. Same thing, make this a fraction over 1. Then we do 1 times 12. 1 times 12 is equal to x times 3. X times 3. 1 times 12 is 12. 3 times x is 3x. And this one we're done because we already had x. We're done. This one we're not done. We have to do algebra. I don't want 3x. I want regular x. So we divide by 3. Divide by 3. And x is equal to 12 divided by 3 is 4. Alright, we'll do 2 more. Number 3. 4 is equal to x over 20. Again, over 1. Then we cross multiply and divide. Or cross multiply, sorry. 1 times x. 1 times x is equal to 20 times 4. 1 times x, x, equal to 20 times 4, 80. X is 80, we're done already. Number 4. I'll do 4 over 1, and this I'm going to put the 20 on top again. 20 divided by x. Start from the bottom left and go up. 1 times 20 is equal to x times 4. 1 times 20 is 20. X times 4 is 4x. Then we have to divide by the 4. And 20 divided by 4 gives us 5, which is our x. Right? So it just depends whether the x is on top or the x is on the bottom. So we'll go into an example here. So we have a right triangle. We have 15 degrees. This side is 36. This side is x. Figure out how long this side is. So, like we did in the other trigonometry worksheet, we have to figure out where our H, A, and the O is. Alright? Remember, across the 90, across the 90 is always what? The letter H. This is always letter H. Let's probably do another color. So this is H. Then here is my angle. Way over here is far away from my 15 degrees. That is my opposite. So that's O. 36 is right next to it. That means adjacent. Do I have an H? No, there's no number there. I don't need to put it. All we have is O and A. O and A is tan, because it's TOA. Alright, so we have tan. And this is the way you're going to set it up. Alright, the same way all the time here. And if you understand, then just pop us. So we have tan. We need something here. Tan of what? What degrees? Right here. Tan of 15 degrees is equal to O first. O is X divided by A. And A is 36. Just like in the other questions we did, I need to make this a fraction. So I'm going to put over 1. And now you do the exact same thing we did before. 1 times X. 1 times X is equal to 36 times tan 50. 36 times tan 15, sorry, not 50. Tan 15. 1 times X, X. 36 times tan 15, put that in the calculator. Here we go. 36 times tan 15, 9.6. 9.6. Since this number is bigger than 5, we're going to round up. 9 is going to round up to 10. X is 10. Next example. This is my right angle right here. We'll say this is 42 degrees. That's X. This is 17. So let's go ahead and label the hypotenuse and all that stuff we have to label. Here is my 90. Across the 90 is always my H. Here's my 42. Way over here is my O. And then right next to my degrees is my adjacent. I don't have the H, so we're not going to use it. We have O and A again, which is TOA. T is for tangent. Tan of how many degrees? 42 degrees. Is equal to, O goes first, O is right here, so it's 17. Divided by my A is X. And put this tan over 1, so we have a fraction, and then we cross multiply. 1 times 17 is 17. X times tan 42, X times tan 42 degrees. This is the one where X is on the bottom, so we have to divide. So we're going to get X by itself. To get rid of multiplication, we do division. Divide by the tan 42. Divide the 17 by tan 42. So this cancels. All we're left with is X. So this erases here. That's gone. So we're left with just X. X is equal to 17 divided by tan 42. 17 divided by tan 42. 18.8. 8. So X is 18.88. This 8 is bigger than 5. That means we round up that number. So X is 19. Next example. This will be my right angle. That's 10. That's X. And we'll put 61 degrees right there. Let's fill in our letters. Across the 90 is always H. Way over here is going to be the O. And right next to the 61 degrees is A. Remember, you start at the angle, right? You start at the angle they give you. There is nothing on the letter O, so we're not going to use the letter O. we use A and H. A and H is CAH. That's cos. That's cosine. So cosine of how many degrees? 61. We can put over 1 if we want to already. Now we can do it later. Is equal to A goes first. A is 10. Divided by my H, which is X. Put this over 1. And then cross multiply. 1 times 10 is 10. X times the cosine 61. X times cosine 61 degrees. We want to get X by itself. So we divide by the cosine of 61. Divide by the cosine of 61. Remember, these cancel. For me, it's easy. I can just erase it. If you all can't, don't worry about it. X is equal to 10 divided by cosine 61. 10 divided by cosine 61. 20.6. X is equal to 20.6. This is bigger than 5. Well, it's 5 and above, so that goes to a 21. 21. The next example we'll do. 90 is right there. This is 19. This is X. This is 44 degrees. Alright, so let's start labeling. Across the 90 is my H. Way over here, across the angle is my O. And right next to it is my A. I don't have an O, there's no number here, so I'm not going to use it. Which leaves me with H and A, which is cosine. So C, cosine. Of how many degrees? 44 degrees. Over 1 is equal to A is X, divided by my H, which is 19. Cross multiply. 1 times X, 1 times X is equal to 19 times cos 44. 19 times the cosine of 44. 1 times X is X. 19 times cosine 44. 19 times the cosine of 44. 13.6. This number is 5 and bigger, which means you have to increase it by 1. So X is 14. Example. Here's my 90. We'll say this is 29 degrees. 16. My X is over here. Let's start labeling. Across the 90 is always my H. Here's my angle. Far away from my angle is my O. And close by my angle is A. I have an H. I have something here for the O. I have nothing on the A side, so erase the A. O and H. That's sine. S is sin, sine. Of how many degrees? 29. Over 1 is equal to O goes first, O is X, divided by H. H is 16. Cross multiply. 1 times X. 1 times X is equal to 16 times sin 29. 1 times X is X. 16 times sin 29. 16 times sin 29, 7.7. This number is 5 and bigger, so it increases that. So x is 8. The next example, 90 is right here. That's 17. This is my x. 66 degrees. Across the 90 is always the h. Here's my angle. Way across it is going to be the O, and right next to my angle is the A. O is 17, H is X. I have nothing on the A side, so we erase the A. We only have O and H, which is sine. The sine of 66 degrees over 1 is equal to O goes first, which is 17, divided by my H, which is X. Cross multiply. 1 times 17 is 17 equals X times sin 66. X times sine 66. To get rid of the sine here, because I want to get X by itself, divide by sine 66. Divide by sine 66. These cancel. Oh, hello. So x is equal to 17 divided by sin 66. 17 divided by sin 66. 18.6. So x is 18.6. This number is 5 and bigger, so it makes that 18 become a 19. So you have your questions like that, and then the last part of your questions are questions like this, where there's two triangles put together, and they want you to find something specific. So for example, this is 30. These are both 90 degrees. That's 30 degrees. This is 50 and x. Alright. We have two triangles here. We have the left one and the right one. And then the big one. We're only worrying about the left and the right for right now. I need to get x. Alright? If I only worry about this triangle, I don't have enough information. Let me draw it out again. That's 30. This is 30. And then I have the big triangle on this side, where this is 50 and that's x. And this right here is the exact same as this right here. So I need x right here. If I want to solve it, I need to have at least the height. So I'm going to get the height from over here, because I can do trig on the left triangle, over here on this left one. Alright? So I'm going to say that this is going to be my height. I want to find the height. So I'll call it, I don't know. I'm going to call it x, but x is right here. I'll call it y. Alright? So we're going to call this y, the height right here. Alright? So, we do the same thing. Across the 90 is my h. Here's my angle, way over here. Way far away from the angle is the O, and right next to it is the A. And this triangle here is going to be, over here is the O, and this is the A. Alright? So, we have O, and we have A. And then this one's H. There's nothing here on my O side, so I'm going to erase it. I have A and H. A and H is cos. Cosine of 30 degrees over 1 is equal to the A is y, over my H, which is 30. 1 times y, here's the y, is equal to 30 times cos 30. 30 times cosine 30. $25.9. The y is 25.9. This is bigger than 5, so we round that up to 26. Y is 26. I need this to put it right here. Right? So this now, I have a number for this side now. This is 26. Or what was it? 29, I think. Yeah, 26. So this is 26. Now I can put it right here. Because this triangle here is the one I have right here. Now I can figure out x. Across the 90 is h. Across the angle is o. And this one's right next with a. I have nothing on my h. So I'm not going to use it. I have o and a. That's tan. So tan of 50 degrees over 1 is equal to O goes on top, which is 26, over my A, which is x. We'll do the same thing we were doing earlier. 1 times 26 is 26. Is equal to x times tan 50. X times tan 50. Divide this by tan 50. Let's see, erases. 26 divided by tangent 50. $21.8. This number is bigger than 5 and bigger, so that makes it 22. Yeah, these are a little bit more complicated because there's more work. You have to do 2 trigonometric functions. But it's not too difficult. So right here. Another example, just like it. This is 52 degrees. This is 59 degrees. This is 36. And this is x. First, I'm going to draw the triangle on the left. The triangle on the left has 36, 52. The triangle on the right has x in the bottom, 59 on here. Again, if I had this number right here, which is the same as this, which is this number right here, this is the one, I could do the trigonometry and I could figure it out. But I can't do it yet until I figure out the left triangle. Alright, so this would be my y. Here's 52. Across the 90 is always h. Across the 90 is always h. So here's my angle, 52. You go across, that's O. Right next to it is my A. I have nothing on the h side, so I'm not going to use the h. I have O and A. O and A is tan, it's TOA. So we're going to do tan of 52 degrees over 1 is equal to O goes first, which is y, over my A, which is 36. Now we'll cross multiply. 1 times y is y. 36 times tan 52. (36 times tan 52). 36 times tan 52. 46.0. 7. So y is 46.0. This is 0, you can't round up or down, so this just stays 46. Alright, so y is 46. So this is 46 now. This is 46. Which means that this right here is 46. Because it's the same triangle, right? Now we do the same thing we did earlier. 59. That would be my O. Close by is A. I don't need the H. I need the O and the A. Well, I need tan again. I need TOA. Tan 59 degrees over 1 is equal to O first. O is X over my A, which is 46. Cross multiply. 1 times X. 1 times X is equal to 46 times tan 50. 46 times tan 59, sorry, tan 59. 1 times X is X. 46 multiply tan 50. 46 times tan 50. 54.8. So that gives us 54.8. The 8 is bigger than 1. 5 are bigger, so it makes that go to 55. So the answer is 55. Yes, it's a lot more work, but all you're doing is doing 2 questions in one. All right. So all you're gonna do is you get the smaller triangle. You do trigonometry to find the height. Then you're gonna use the big triangle, do trigonometry all over again. It's not too difficult. And that's it for this note. Laters.